On with the 8 great grands and masters. Let's just get to the facts. Right? Just the facts, man. Ferdinand Gripshover, 1862, not 63. I believe they both were born in 1862. That's how they met each other. They were born in the same year, and so they met each other in school in the United States, in spite of Ferdinand being born in Ottmar-Bechult, near Munster, Germany. So Ferd had 6 siblings. These are the ones that came across the Atlantic Ocean. These are the pioneers. These are all the OGs. Maria Katharina Gripshover, Mary Catherine. Bernard, Barney Fife Gripshover. Crazy Henry Gripshover. William Mack Gripshover. Theodore Teddy Gripshover. And then Joseph Gripshover. Joseph Theodore William. Mary Catherine. Joseph Theodore William, Mary Catherine, and Barney, Bernard, and Crazy Henry. You can't leave Crazy Henry back. Maybe you should have left Crazy Henry back in there. So first parents were Johann Gripshover II. Timmy Gripshover thought he really enjoyed Henry Gripshover's crazy antics, him being a crazy old man shaking his fist at him burning people's barns down and shit. R.I.P. Tim Gripshover. He read Black Beauty. He wanted Obama to become elected. Tim Gripshover, I think, might have been the only Gripshover I've ever known that actually gave a damn. Sorry. Okay. Johann Gripshover II, Catherine Brueggemann married each other November 7th, 1848. So that would be the parents of, the 7 OGs, William Theodore, Joseph, Mary Catherine, Ferdinand, Bernard, Henry. And then he's going to have 10 kids. So he comes from, big family. He's got 6 siblings, and now he's got 10 kids. Bernard Ferdinand Gripshover, Louisa Gripshover, Sophia Marianne Gripshover, Lillian Francis Gripshover, Aloysius Joseph Gripshover, Amelia Bush, Millie, they called her Millie, William F. Gripshover, Rose A. Gripshover, Camillus Paul Gripshover, and Loretta Josephine Gripshover. Now, Bernard Ferdinand Gripshover is going to die the same year he was born, 1887. Loretta Josephine Gripshover, however, is going to die when she's 3 or 4 years of age. So that means she was walking and talking, and then something happened. I don't know what happened. We need to learn from the past, right? Nobody's perfect, but if these people made mistakes, maybe we can make sure we don't. Loretta Josephine Gripshover, R.I.P. She was the twin of Camillus, and there's lots of twins all over the place, so I bet you twins could be right around the corner. Elizabeth Hellman, 1862 to 1927. I don't know anything about Elizabeth Hellman's siblings or anything about. I suspect that what they said on her death certificate's close, but it doesn't seem like they know what they're talking about. One was Andrew Hellman, and then another time was H. Hellman. So which is it? Is it Andrew or is it H? I just put them both together, but basically knowing that I barely know who Elizabeth Hellman's parents are, only because they wrote down Mary Peters and Andrew Hellman on her death certificate. But I don't know who she is. I don't know where she's at. I don't know her siblings. I know nothing about my great-grandmother, Elizabeth Hellman. I do know that she had 10 kids, right? This is, Elizabeth Hellman's a good example of how women get deleted out of history. She's Hellman. That's mayonnaise, right? This could be part of the Mayo Empire. We could have like a mayonnaise fortune somehow in the family, and yet we're not even going to be connected to the Hellmans. Do we even know that, and how long are you walking around thinking that you're this name or that name, but Hellman, at no point in time did someone say, hey, you're a Hellman, you're a De Moscow, you realize that, right? You know that you're a Deaton, you know that you're a Gripshover, right? You know you're a Smith and you're a Couts. You have all these bloodlines. All these bloodlines are you. Chitwood, this is you. This is who you are. You are an Elizabeth Hellman. If there wasn't an Elizabeth Hellman, she had 10 kids. How the fuck do we not know somebody that produced 10 kids? Talk about a soldier. Motherfuck. So Elizabeth Hellman, she gave birth to 10 kids. The same 10 kids that I just read, but Bernard, Ferdinand, Louisa, Sophia, Marianne, Lillian, Francis, Aloysius, Joseph, Amelia, William, Rose, Camillus, and Loretta. They were married November 18th, 1886. Elizabeth is going to die. At least we know we got her death certificate. We don't know what Ferdinand died of, but we know that Elizabeth Hellman, she died of myocarditis, endocarditis, nephritis, gallstones, exophthalmic goiter is a secondary contributory. So a secondary contributory, but that's, it's myocarditis, endocarditis, nephritis, gallstones, and exophthalmic goiter. An exophthalmic goiter was a secondary contributory. Well, fuck, she was born, she gave birth to 10 kids, then she died. What the fuck? Do we know anything else? Her Hellman, that's, person from hell, a man from hell. Is that what a hell man is? Oh, you're a man from hell. Well, there's a man from hell here, dear. Where are the heaven men at? You got some heaven men out there, some angel men? Hi, I'm Johnny Angelman. Jonathan Angelman here. I bet you if Elizabeth was angel, maybe she was happy to get rid of Hellman, then, Hellman. Hellman? Like burning in hell? Like Hades hell? Like burning forever, eternal hell, fire hell? Like the devil hell? I'd rather be grip server. Fuck this Hellman shit. Yeah, and you know what? As much as I want to criticize my own family, hey, Hellmans, you lost one of yours, Nobody come out looking for Lizzie. Hey, where'd Lizzie go? Lizzie Hellman, we had a Lizzie Hellman. She's not. Last but not least, George Anthony Group Server, Marianne De Moscow. So good old George and Marianne, right? It's Ferd and Lizzie, and George and Marianne, and Edward and Sarah. Good old Ed and Sarah. And they actually got divorced because he was beating her. So, but good old Ed and Sarah, right? Good old Edward. He was beaten, and I don't know nothing about this side of the family. It's crazy. I don't even really, Lavina, I guess I knew Lavina. 12 kids, 12 siblings. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, Edward's a piece of shit. Edward likes hitting his wife. So, yeah. I guess his wife didn't want Edward in the family or around the kids, and that's why I don't know shit about Edward. But fuck. Maybe she was mouthy. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Too much fun. Okay, so George Anthony Group Server, 1889 to 1955. Marianne De Moscow, 1896, 1947. So she's going to die young, right? She's going to die at 51 years of age. And George Anthony's going to die at 66. But we got death certificates for both of these. So exciting conclusions. So, not the last, second to last, George Anthony Group Server, 1889 to 1955. George Anthony Group Server, he's got 4 siblings. Bernard Louis Group Server, Lawrence Joseph Group Server, Catherine M. Group Server, Margaret Group Server. He's got 4 siblings, Bernard, Lawrence, Catherine, and Margaret. These are the same names of those roads right next to St. Elizabeth Hospital. St. Elizabeth Hospital is in Ellesmere, which used to be next to Sandford-town. Sandford-town is the old historical German town that the Group Servers went to. And apparently the Damascus, the Group Servers, the Damascus, the Bills, the Hellmans. So, Bernard, Lawrence, Catherine, there's a Bernard, I want to say there's a Bernard Lane, Lawrence Street, Catherine Street. But there you go. There you go. He's got 4 siblings. George Anthony is going to grow up. He's 1889, right? So he's going to be situated right in the middle. Bernard and Lawrence are his older brothers. Catherine and Margaret are his younger sisters. George's parents are Mary Margaret Bills and Bernard Barney the Fifth Gripshover. Barney 5. Good old Barney 5. Right, because 1710 was Barney 1, then Barney 2, then Johann, who's also Barney, right? Johann Barney. Johann 2, Johann Barney, and then his Barney. That's Barney 5. That's our Barney 5. That's an OG. Barney 5's an OG. Fuck. Just trying to get you to remember this. Try to have simple things so you get, oh, yeah, Barney 5. I know Barney 5. Plus, there's a historical context with this because you have, you know, King Louis the 16th and 15th and all this shit. They weren't actually, the King Louis the 16th, it wasn't like 16 Louis just gave birth to. No, King Louis the 16th, it might have been like a couple Louis in front of him, but he's taken the name from, you know, way back when, so that way he takes all their fucking, oh, King Louis the 16th king of all the Louis. No, just 3 Louis in a row with his family. But the next king, it'd be like if somebody was king today and they were King Louis and they called themselves King Louis the 17th. So they're not part of the, you know, the lineage. They're not part of the heritage or the bloodlines. They just are taking the title. That's what the popes and the kings and these motherfuckers of yester century used to do. But I think it's, you know, fuck them and fuck what they did. But the idea of it is for simplicity's sake, right? It's easier to just say, hey, well, President Joe, right? Old Joe, Uncle Joe, right? But to actually have to say, well, you know, to know this president, that pope, this pope, just know him as Joe. Just know him as Joe. What, Barack Obama? Is Obama Barack? What, Barack Obama? What is this? George W? Bill Clinton? Nah. Joe? Oh, okay, yeah, Joe. President Joe? Yeah, I know President Joe. So, yeah, Barney 5. Barney 5 is my double great grandparent. So George Anthony Gripshover, he has 8 kids. George Anthony is going to have Teresa Gripshover, the oldest, and then Margie Stevenson, then Anna Marie Arlenhouse, then George Bernard Gripshover, then Betty Blanchett Nee Gripshover, Martha Bergerman. Both Betty and Martha, I don't know their middle names or Teresa's middle name or initial. If I get an initial, that's at least Bernard J. Barney the 6th Gripshover, Mary Agnes Thaman Nee Gripshover, George Anthony Gripshover, 1889-1955, and Marianne De Moscow were both married. George Anthony is going to die of a massive cerebral hemorrhage caused by alcoholism, hypertension. So he was an alcoholic. An alcoholic. Let's see here. Alcoholic, domestic violence, suicide. I thought you were giving us roots, Papa. Papa, I thought you were giving us roots. This is just tragedy after tragedy. Since the massive cerebral hemorrhage, from the onset of it, it took 3 hours. So from the time that it began to the time that it ended, George Anthony is going to be miserable. He's going to have a 3-hour death, and he's going to die at 66 years of age. So if you're going to die a massive cerebral hemorrhage, if you had a choice, I would not go the massive cerebral hemorrhage route. Marianne De Moscow, she's got 7 siblings. Frank Max De Moscow, Anna Carolyn Anakin, Joe Frederick De Moscow, Frederick Ott Fritz De Moscow, Matilda Imelda Stern Nee De Moscow, John Anthony De Moscow, Margaret Margie Krimmer Nee De Moscow. Marianne De Moscow's parents are Maximilian De Moscow, don't know his middle name, and Maria Waginger, don't know her middle name either. Marianne's 8 kids are the same as George's 8 kids. What's up with that? Marianne De Moscow and George Anthony Gripshover, they lay claim to the same children? Oh, okay, they were married. Never mind. That makes sense. Okay, so Marianne's kids are the same as George's. Teresa, Margie, Anna Marie, George, Bernard. Bernard, is that Barney the 6th? Betty, Martha, Bernard, and Mary Agnes Thaman Nee Gripshover, 1937 to 2009. So there you go. Mary Agnes, Bernard, Martha, Betty, George, Anna Marie, Margaret, and Teresa. Those are 8. So Marianne De Moscow had 8 kids. She grew up with 5 siblings. No. That's Edward Deaton. He had 5 kids. She had 7 siblings. So Marianne De Moscow was just in big family after big family, right? Started out, got 7 siblings. She was born, I think, over in Austria or somewhere in Vienna or something. 7 siblings, so she had 8. Her parents had 8 kids, and she had 8 kids. So how predictable. It's like Marianne De Moscow. Why don't you do something unique? So there you go. Marianne De Moscow, she's going to die of uremia. That's staghorn stones in both kidneys at 51 years of age. So, fuck. Died at 51? Uremia? Staghorn stones in both kidneys? George Anthony's fucking getting drunk all the time, and she's the one that has death at 51? 76 is the average lifespan. Everybody else had long-ass... Beulah Rupert died at 80 years of age. Edward Deaton died at 77 years of age. Sarah Smith died at 80 years of age. Charles Coutts, he died at 62 years of age. That's kind of young. Beulah Chitwood had divorced. Charles Coutts married Rupert, but after Charles Coutts died, she's going to divorce Rupert 1 year later, and then she's going to just be by herself. So it makes me think that she really did love Charles Coutts, and for some reason it just couldn't work out. Because once he died, and it was like, why am I even with you? And he was the one I loved. I don't know. This is just based on the little bit of information that I've been able to glean. Beulah Chitwood, she died 80 years of age. Ferdinand Gripsover, he's going to die, let's see here, 38 plus 50, 88. So Ferdinand had a nice long life, 88. She died at 27, so that's younger than him, but that's still, you know, 60-something, 65. So Elizabeth Hellman died at 65, and then George Anthony, like I said, died at 66. So Marianne De Moscow, out of all the 8 greats, she's going to be the youngest one. She's going to die the youngest. She only had 51 years on this planet, and yet, you know, only 51 years, but she was able to produce 8 kids, so shit. You know, she did it right. She did, you know, like a bunny rabbit, like, shit, you know, I'm just going to be here, and then I'm going to be gone, so might as well go ahead and carry my legacy on for posterity. What, with 1 or 2 kids? No, with 8 kids. So, there you go. Marianne De Moscow dies of uremia, staghorn stones in both kidneys, 51 years of age. He died of a massive cerebral hemorrhage. And then Elizabeth Hellman, she died of myocarditis, endocarditis, nephritis, and gallstones because she had an exophthalmic goiter, which was a secondary contributory. And last but not least, a couple quotes, and Malcolm X quote here. If a man lays their hands on you, you send them to the cemetery. There is no fate but what we make. If you build it, they will come. So there you go, the Bloodlines, the 8 great grands of masters on my maternal side. Paternal, maternal. Now we got some roots. Now we got some roots to give to the next generation. Roots and wings, is that not the point? Is that not what the parents... I mean, Delmar Deaton, he died the same year he was born. His parents, that was terrible. Maybe, you know, shit happens. Maybe it was, you know, his health, his genetics or some shit. Maybe it was... But that's not good. That's not good. Parents... You can definitely judge how good a parent is by how well their children did. You're supposed to... Every generation is supposed to get better, so if the next generation isn't getting better, yeah, it might be their problem. Maybe they're a bunch of fucking imbeciles. Or maybe maybe the generation above them wasn't, maybe it was a real shitty generation, right? Sometimes you go forward 3 or 4 inches, and every once in a while somebody take it back 6 inches, but as long as you keep progressing and moving forward, right? I think I like also just reading and saying these things over and over again so that way I get them in my head. Marianne De Moscow, George Anthony Gripshiver, Elizabeth Hellman, Ferdinand Gripshiver, Beulah Chitwood, Charles Anthony Couch, Sarah Elizabeth Smith, and Edward Deaton. Those are the 8 great-grands of masters. Those are my bloodlines. I'm Jonathan Daniel Masters, straight out of Kentucky. You know. Great grandson of Edward, Sarah, Carl, Beulah, Ferdinand, Lizzie, George, and Marianne De Moscow.